What's happening, you guys? My name is Rafael with Top Shop Collectibles, and I am an IT professional full time by day that runs a Pokemon TCG business on the side that now kind of feels like another full time job because we have achieved over $18,000 in revenue in the last 30 days. So if you purchased from me, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following along our journey. In this video, we're going to talk about the most common scams that bad actors will attempt to do on your online TCG business, whatever online website you have, like Shopify and Wix. Quick disclaimer though, if you're running a eBay, Mercari, or TCG player to do all of your sales, this video may not apply to you. This is more leaning towards the business owners that run Shopify, Wix, e-commerce, WooCommerce, WordPress as well, because usually eBay and Amazon and all those places, they're the ones who handle any of these bad actor attempts, if you will, for you. You don't really see them as a user of their platform. But if you have your own website, this is something that you have to have in the back of your head and always watch out for, because you never know what you could be subject to. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a neat trick that everybody should be doing. Regardless of the type of business that you're running, you should be doing this with whatever website you have to protect yourself against potential scams and bad actors. So let's get started. All right, so there are several different types of scams that have been around for a very long time, but I'm going to summarize this, try to keep it short, to the three top types of scams that you should be aware of as a business owner running a Shopify, Wix, or WooCommerce or WordPress website. And the number one is chargebacks. Chargebacks are essentially somebody buys something with a credit card, the wife gets upset, they spent, it was an impulse buy, they were drunk at the bar, whatever the case may be. Essentially, they complain to the credit card company. The credit card company comes down and takes the money back for that purchase from you, and then you have to fight it. 99% of the time, you're going to lose that fight. They're, Visa, MasterCard, they're known to basically decline almost anything. They give a lot of protection to the buyer that's using, swiping that credit card. And so it is very important for you to watch out and know what type of transaction you need to either cancel or not process because of a potential chargeback. Now, there are several things that you should be doing to protect yourself against chargebacks. And one is making sure that the billing address and the shipping address matches. You get that information. If it doesn't match, you need to ask questions. Shopify specifically has a Shopify Protect that it will tell you. I'll put a screenshot of that here, but it will tell you that if you ship this order within a certain amount of time, they'll protect you against chargebacks. So keep an eye on that. Ensure you ship your shipments or your boxes quickly so that you get that protection. So far, I've been very surprised at the level of information that Shopify gives you from the transaction, and there's an analysis that's being done. I'll put a screenshot of that here too. There is a lot of detailed information that's given to you to help you assess and decide if this should be a transaction that you need to cancel or a transaction that you need to ask questions about because it has the potential to be a chargeback transaction. So there's an algorithm, there's a system in place. So right next to chargebacks, there's stolen credit cards. I didn't want to put this in a different category because chargebacks and stolen credit cards kind of go together. Usually a stolen credit card that a bad actor will use on your site will end up in a chargeback. So what you need to be doing, like I said, check the name on the credit card that it matches the shipper or the shipping address name. Make sure the billing matches with the address. If it doesn't match, then make sure you're asking questions. A lot of times there's a legitimate reason as to why the shipping address doesn't match with the billing. Just make sure you do your due diligence and check that. Check your analysis if you have one from a Shopify store. I know that Wix and WordPress doesn't have that, so you kind of have to be at the mercy of whoever you choose as your payment processor. Shopify, because they have their own payment processor embedded into the e-commerce platform, it's all provided to you with the monthly fee or yearly fee that you pay. So it is important to understand that stolen credit cards, these bad actors would usually use these cards to buy several transactions, and they look for small businesses. TCG and collectible items are usually sought after for this reason, and also because they're small, it can be shipped cheaper and easier, and they are or can be valuable. And so they look for small businesses like mine to be able to target and try to use their stolen credit cards in several transactions. Just keep an eye out. That's a red flag. Several transactions from the same person in large amounts, it's usually a red flag, because a lot of times they don't know what the limit on that credit card is and they'll just run it. Just ensure that you're doing your due diligence, asking questions, send an email to that person and ask, hey, do you want me to combine the addresses? The billing doesn't match the shipping address. Just ask the questions. Odds are they'll reply and they'll say, give you whatever story it is that they have. If it is credible, then you can risk it. If it's too much of a red flag for your liking, you can just go ahead and cancel it. Odds that can happen is you just lost a customer and you move on. So number 2 on my list is ports shipments. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of ports, like Florida has some, I know Texas has some, maybe even New York. And a lot of these addresses will have a weird name or number in the apartment section of the address. And usually it's because a lot of bad actors that are located overseas will steal credit cards from people, will then use these to buy from stores like mine here in the US, and will have you shipped to a port. That address will have a weird number. It doesn't look like a normal address. It has a weird number that it usually belongs to a locker, a case, a box, a Pelican case. It could be a container of some sort. And that's how they get all the shipments put into a container, and then they pay a service to bring it over to whatever country they're in. Usually is with a fake name. They have ways to do this. And so be very mindful every time you have several orders and large orders of a address that just doesn't look right. And you know what I'm talking about, because I'll put a screenshot of what one looks like, but just make sure you type that in Google and find out where that's going and ask the questions. It's up to you to ensure that you have the right information to be able to ship this and not be scammed. So number 3 is gift cards, the use of gift cards on the website. I kind of wanted to put this together with chargebacks and credit cards, stolen credit cards, but I kind of wanted to put it separate because it is important to understand that if a stolen credit card is used on your website, then you see that, right? Because it will give you the last 4 of the digits of the number and it'll tell you it's a Visa or MasterCard on your processing system. But a lot of times it can show Visa and the last 4, and you really don't know if it's a gift card Visa card, because a lot of times this is what scammers do. They'll use the stolen credit card information, buy Visa gift cards, load them up, and then use the gift cards to buy from you under their name. And the advantage to them with gift cards is that they're untraceable. They're virtually untraceable. They can't be traced to where they stole them or whatever the case may be. And so be very mindful of that. A lot of times you don't know that the card that they're using is a credit card or a gift card. It will just say Visa in the last 4 digits of the card. And that's why, like I told you at the beginning of the video, there's a neat trick that you can do, and I'm 100% sure that you can do this. Shopify, Wix, and WordPress. They all have the same, very similar way of doing this. And it's very important for you to do this because it could save you thousands of dollars, literally. So let me switch over and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so this is my dashboard. And if you're in Shopify, what you want to do is go to settings here at the bottom. And when you go to settings, it opens up this window. And on the left panel here, you're looking for payments. You go under your payment section. Now, this may be different for Wix. This may be different for WeCommerce, whatever platform you're using, but they all have a spot for you to do this. And here is the payments that I accept on my website. And there's a manage button here. We're going to go in here, click manage. Inside here, what we're looking for is this customer billing statement. So this is what it's going to show next to the transaction that they used when they purchased on your website, right? So it will show the amount on their billing statement, on their bank account, and then it will show this. For me, I put this 2151 number there. I change it every week, every 2 weeks. I change it because this is what's going to show. A lot of people put a phone number in here. They put their name, they put a phone number. You can do whatever you want, up to 19 characters. But what this does is it allows you to do a check on your customer, right? And so if you believe that they're using a different address, it's a weird address, the billing doesn't match, the name just looks funny, and the email they're using is just, if you have the reason to believe that you need to ask the questions, you can simply email them before you process the order, and you tell them, hey, can you confirm the transaction? You can say, blame it on Shopify, blame it on Wix. You can say, the system is not allowing me to proceed until I confirm it because they have raised some flags, right? And so you ask them for the 4 digits after your company name or your shop name. The 4 digits right after. If they are able to provide that, then that means that they have access to the bank account. Normally, a bad actor that stole the credit card will have the numbers and the billing and the zip code of it, but will not have access to log into the bank to see this information. So this is a good way for you to verify and validate that it is a legitimate transaction. And the more ways you have available to you, the better. If you found this video valuable or got any information whatsoever that you potentially use in the future, consider giving us a like. Follow us for more information. I'll be continuing to make more content like this as I come across different things. I always keep notes of what I want to show you guys. I'm trying to do my best at putting everything that I go through the building of my Pokemon TCG business out there for you guys to consume it and make an informed decision to see if you want to proceed and do this as well. So again, leave a comment down below if you ever have been in a situation where you have a close call with a potential scammer situation, or if you have experienced anything in the past. Leave it down below. It will help the community. It will help the algorithm push up the video as well. I'll really appreciate that. And as always, stay positive, keep your head up in this crazy market, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.